Hello, welcome to episode 29 of the Foodcast. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy 2019.
Right? It's exciting. New year, lots of time. Got the whole year to do things if you want to, but you don't have to.
You do whatever you want. That's our theme the
Right?
last few weeks. To do
You can set goals, but you don't have to. So that's kind of what we're talking about today, right, Heather?
Yeah, we actually are on a break currently from a workshop that we're doing. And it's all about talking about changing your mindset to set you up to accomplish the goals you want to achieve.
And it's our friend, Miss Jennifer Hooper. She's awesome. We're going to link to her because we think everyone needs to talk to her. She's amazing.
She makes you see things about yourself that you don't understand, but like she'll kind of spin it and put it in a light where you go, oh, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been thinking. Oh, that's where I want to go in the world. You know, whatever.
Right.
She really helps you figure out what you're up to in your own head.
Yeah, it's neat how she can see that. It's very cool. So that's what we're talking about. We're trying to change mindset for 2019 so that we can be more positive, like we talked about, be more present in the things that we want to experience, and to not just set goals, but to set real goals and not necessarily resolutions. If you kind of know I don't know, there's a difference in my head. And I don't know if it makes sense. In my head, it makes sense. But I think of resolutions as I'm going to lose 20 pounds and I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week and I'm never going to smoke again or whatever. You know, those to me are resolutions versus goals. In my mind are I'm going to be more positive. I'm going to, I want to be more present in the experiences that I have. I want to, those kinds of things. I don't know.
I want to be healthy.
I want to be healthy, right? A goal, and then you can set steps or resolutions, whatever you want to call them, to get to those goals. And maybe that is, I'm not going to eat potato chips 5 days a week. And that could be an easy goal or maybe a really hard goal. I don't know. Depends on how much you like potato chips.
It really does depend on that. It's actually really cool that we are taking this class today because I've actually taken 2 other classes and I'm in the middle of a third one, all on the same mindset. And I didn't realize I was doing it until today. I'm like, oh, wait, this is the exact same information I'm hearing from other people in other avenues, but it's coming across in a different way. So for me personally, I need to hear things many times in many ways for it to really sink in and stick so that I know in my heart and in my head that I can do it and I can make the change, whatever that change is, or I can learn the information. For me personally, I don't want to say I'm an overachiever. I'm more of a junkie. So I'm doing all this information, working on it from different angles and hoping that it really solidifies in my brain so that I can take what I need and move forward.
And I don't think you're alone in that. I think a lot of people need to hear things different ways multiple times in order for it to click or to set in or to have that light bulb moment where you just think, now I get it. Okay. And that's okay because some people may resonate with you and some people may not. I've gone to, several seminars, Tony Robbins, that kind of stuff. And, great information, but nothing that I really took away where I was like, yeah, okay, this is really what's going to change my mind. It's been like little things on a consistent basis that really have, changed things over my existence.
Yeah. And I think it's different for different people because there have been things in my life where I've heard something one time and I've had an immediate shift and like for a big shift.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always the case, and that doesn't happen with everything. So
Gretchen Rubin calls that the lightning bolt, where you read something or you see something and it just changes your fundamental beliefs about the world or yourself or whatever. But those are rare and very hard to come by, and they're great because sometimes you can change, finding out that you're pregnant and then, giving up drinking. That's a lightning bolt moment. It happens in an instant. And okay, for the next 10 months, this is going to be who I am. But those kinds of events are rare. So you can't kind of rely on them to be like, okay, well, I'll just wait till the next lightning bolt moment and then I'm going to change everything.
Right. I've actually, just for the record, I've actually tried going about it that way, waiting for lightning bolts all day long. And it's hard because
How'd
they
that work
don't
out?
come. They don't come. And then you just travel along on your normal path,
Hmm.
feeling that you're stuck or that you haven't been able to accomplish whatever that goal is. I'm speaking for myself. So
Hmm.
I like hearing lots of information thrown at me in lots of different ways so that I can truly wrap my head around it and get into that mindset and have it be more all encompassing. So I'm like, well,
Hmm.
that's the way I am now, or that's who I am now. That's what I believe now. For me, it works best that way.
Hmm. No, I'm with you. With our training today from Miss Jennifer,
Hmm.
she breaks things down, which I love, into okay, I have this thought about something, and this thought makes me feel a certain way, but maybe that feeling and that thought aren't what I want. And so, what's the evidence to prove that that thought really isn't true? And maybe that's I don't deserve something. And so that makes me feel unaccomplished or inhibited, but the evidence is I've accomplished things in my life. I've graduated college. I have a successful career. So those kinds of things are evidence to show that I do work hard and I do deserve it. And so, and whatever that it is for you is how she makes you flip the script from having a negative thought or a defeating thought and a feeling into, well, here's all this evidence to the contrary. And let's flip that into a positive feeling and therefore a positive thought that you can carry through until you accomplish your goal. Is that a good summary, Heather?
Yeah, and I think that one of the things that really hits home is that when you are looking at the evidence, you can say 100 million things in your mind, and your mind thinks that they're true because you
Mhm.
say them to yourself, or other people may have said them to you. And so, therefore, your mind believes it as the truth. But if you're going and searching for evidence of the truth and you can't find it, that has to show you that maybe it's really not that true.
Mhm.
Maybe it's just what you've conditioned yourself to think for so many years. And so, therefore, your mind continues to look for evidence of that as truth. But when you really sit down and you go, okay, I don't have enough, whatever that enough is. Well, when you sit down, do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food every day? Do you have people in your life that love you? Is that enough? Is that evidence that you do have enough? When you really sit down and think about the true evidence that refutes it, that's eye opening to me.
Mhm.
Shocking.
Yeah, it now the hard part comes in is trying to keep the evidence in mind as you go forward because your brain is habitualized to think those other things. And so when that thought of whether it's I can't or I don't have enough or I don't deserve it is to go back and look at that list of evidence and prove to yourself over and over again until that's your new habit, that's your new thought.
Yeah, and it's interesting with all of this stuff is it's really science based.
Mhm.
Anything that you think in your mind, that's your neural pathways. That's what's conditioned. That's what's happened in your brain. If you think about a grassy path, it used to just be grass, but either people have walked on it long enough or cars have driven on it long enough that now you can see the roadway there. It's the same thing in your brain. You think things long enough, and then your brain just creates that path. So then you continue to travel down that path because that's the path. So, but if you want to change that path and go a different way and have different feelings and different thoughts and beliefs, you have to put in the work and you have to do the time, I guess, to kind of create the new path to where you really want to go. So, but once you do that, things are going to lighten up and get easier because you've
Mhm.
created the new pathways in your mind.
So who else have we've been doing some research with, Heather? We've been doing Miss Hooper and then
Yes.
Mel Robbins.
I started with Marie Forleo.
Mm,
Information came out right before the end of the year, and her angle was, what did you accomplish in 2018? What lessons did you learn? Why are they important? And then what are you going to let go of? So it wasn't so much, these are the things I'm going to do, and 2018 was, it sucked and let me get out of it, but really looking at what did you learn from things that went well and things that maybe didn't go well. And I like the idea of what are you going to let go of as you move forward, because it's not
mhm.
so focused on, I have to do this and I have to achieve this and gain this and get this and what have you. She said a really cool thing. She goes, be like a tree and just let the dead leaves fall off.
Oh, I love
I'm like,
that.
oh, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone could do that.
Well,
Once you
sometimes
let
it's
go,
hard when you have, yeah, when you have a mindset of what things should be and or what you want to accomplish, but maybe now's not the time. And so you need to kind of let
mhm,
that go until some other things fall into place. And then you can focus on that. And that's for I know that's a huge one for me is that no, I said I was going to do this. I'm going to do this. If it kills me, I'm going to do this. But maybe if I let it go and I do these 10 other easier things, then whatever that it was will be like, da, done.
yes, you free your mind up with space for
Mm-hmm.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So the other person that I did a webinar with was Sean Croxton. He was Underground Wellness and he's quote of the day. He's that guy. And he's got a lot of science background. And it's interesting because when you think about goal setting and resolutions and things like that, you don't always focus on the science of it because it's not at the forefront. But he started talking about what are your core beliefs, and again, what are your thoughts about those beliefs? Are they true? Can you prove it? And then coming up with the other side of it, can you change that belief into something that will serve you better?
Now his focus is mostly about mind or about money and abundance or
It is. He focuses on money and abundance, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, abundance could be
okay.
anything. It could be
That's
physical
true.
abundance, love. I mean, but he's talking about where you have been, those neural pathways. It's based on fear of change. So if you can ride that out a little bit and resolve some of your conflicts so that you can move forward and make some of those changes, you can move forward, obviously. But he puts that all together with your values based on, what do you make your time for? How do you spend your money? Where are you the most reliable, disciplined, and focused in your life? What are your most consistent long-term goals that are coming into reality? And then once you write down specifics for each of those things, it really points to what you consider your values. And then once you have the guideline for what you value most, because the things you value most are the things you can put time and energy to, then you can enhance your goals for them, for what you want in the future. So if you say money is a huge goal for you, but everything in your life focuses around family and health, and you never focus on money, well, is money really a value?
Mm-hmm.
You can change it and shift it and do what you need to do, but you need to know what you're thinking now if you want to change your thought patterns going forward. To put things a little bit easier than that, so say you want your health goal to be, being more healthy or losing weight or whatever that is, but say you focus all your time and attention on your family. You've got your parents live with you and you're always going to see your cousins and what have you. And so if that's where your value truly
Mm-hmm.
is with family, you need to work the health into the family. How can you do it together? How can you, help your live-in parents be more healthy, therefore making you more healthy? Maybe you guys could all take walks together. Maybe you could cook healthier food together. So it's not a matter of I can't do this other thing that I like to do anymore, but how can you do it together? Or maybe you really want to watch all those Netflix shows, but can you watch it when you're at the gym on the treadmill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point.
It's yeah, so trying to just maybe put it together to make it a little bit easier to handle.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
that's
you
an excellent point. Yeah.
create your success.
Yeah. The last one we wanted to talk about was Mel Robbins, right? And the mind
Yes.
reset.
Mel Robbins is doing a mindset reset for the whole month of January. And you can go to her website right now, which is melrobbins.com/mindset reset. And you can sign up and you will get a booklet with, some worksheets to do. It's not crazy, don't worry. And she has all the videos posted. So they're on her Facebook page, they're on YouTube. You can get them, on the email links. But then you'll get an email every day with the video for the day. And she does a really nice job of talking about the same kind of stuff, which is just get your head straight and where do you want to be now so that you can move forward.
Mhm.
rather than being stuck in the past and never getting what you really want. Do you want to replay 2018 and 2017 all over again in 2020?
Well, some people might. Maybe they won the lottery and they want to do
Maybe.
that
Oh,
again.
you know what? I would replay that. I would.
All right. So that's kind of what we want to talk about is not so much again resolutions or don't come from it from a negative space of I need to change these things. It's how can I make things better for myself? How can I feel better? How can I change the way well, I guess I'm living. I mean, and that sounds huge, but it doesn't have to be. But just
Right.
if you want 2019 to be your year, here's some outlets for you to help you kind of figure out if you've been stuck or if you just don't know where to start. Here are some outlets for you so that you can get started to make 2019 your best year yet.
Yay.
Yay! All right. With that, we are going to that is going to be our ditch and switch, by the way.
Oh yeah, all that.
It's,
All
yeah,
that stuff.
all of that is switch. So with that, happy new year again. Go forth, be real, moose out.